go to the computer. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to talk about tonight about getting your appointments to hold. How many of you would love appointments to hold? Yeah, like all the time, right? All the time, all the time. Well, just to let you know, we live in a very fast-paced, let me move my notes here. We live in a very fast-paced life today. And, you know, everyone is in constant motion wherever we go. And people are busy and women are busy. They're crazy busy today. And they forget. So you have to just understand that sometimes you just have to keep reminding them. And that's a little bit, sometimes we think we're bugging people. So we want to really tighten up on your follow-up today and the words that you use, and using words that make people a little bit more committed, more than just casual conversation. How many of you remember the training I did, I don't know, several months ago called intentional versus casual? For those of you who've been with us on this, there is a big difference between having casual words and intentional words. That's what comes into play here. And how many of you know today, and I think this has really increased a lot, how many of you know today that doctors, dentists, massage appointments, nail appointments, hair appointments, and many other types of industries, when you don't show up, they charge you now. Have you noticed that? You get charged. How many of you are unaware that that happens? And it's because of businesses today and because of budgeting and understanding what income comes in and out of companies. Most of your customer service related industries, doctors and dentists, also will charge just if you don't show up. So, you know, why is that? Because it's a nationwide problem. So don't take it on you that, oh, she canceled. You know, it is a nationwide problem, okay? I'm not going to look at the chat section because it says I'm behind by 130 messages, but I'm not paying attention to it. But they do, they change all the time. And now there are legitimate situations, but I'm talking about the other 80%, okay? So tonight we're going to talk about words and what are casual words and what are intentional words. Also how to follow up with a text message, voice text we're going to talk about also too, and make it a little bit more committed, and remind them also that conversations and tightening things so that your appointments hold. I want your appointments to hold. I don't want them to cancel. And I do believe there are certain things that we can say that do that. Thank you, Yemi, by the way, for keeping up with me. I taught 1,500 Red Jackets at the World Congress Center in Germany. It's actually where they used to hold like all the major meetings for Germany. Before 1950, they turned it over to Munich, and we stood in the World Congress Center, and I was speaking English and I stopped, and Margaret's translated me in German. So I don't even stop here. I don't know how Yemi keeps up with me. Anyway, I know many of you have directors that have created text messages for you and giving you the verbiage. And so, you know, I appreciate that also too. And, you know, you have to kind of figure out what is you, what is to say, but we do need to be a little bit more intentional, not act desperate. Okay. Sometimes like, I could do it anytime. I'm new. I just want to give you a Mary Kay makeover. That sounds a little bit desperate. So we don't want to do that. But when you book casually, it may not hold. And if you book intentionally with follow-up, it will hold. So in order for your appointments to hold, you must hold tight to a schedule, like a doctor, like a dentist, like many customer service industries today. So when you call for a service, you know, like if you call for a doctor or dentist, they let you know when they are available. It doesn't work the opposite way. So sometimes I think we have to, as Mary Kay beauty consultants, have to think about that when they have availability. I find sometimes we act a little desperate, and that's not what we need to do. So the first thing has to do with time management, and that you have to have days and times that you're actually going to schedule people. And then you take something like, okay, so I just took this really quickly. I just printed this out. This is a month at a glance, okay? And if you don't do a month at a glance, I would encourage you to do that, because I see the green. Now, what is green for? Green is for money. So if I'm sitting down to make calls, or I'm sitting down to make appointments, these are my openings. These green are my openings. You might yellow your kids, orange your kids, pink could be something else. I mean, you could do a color code. How many of you do something like this? Because if you don't do this, it's hard. You know, when a doctor has a receptionist, she makes appointments according to the schedule that is there. So I want you all to just take a moment, and booking, we are going to talk about making them hold. But part of making it hold is to having a schedule and time management. So if you're not really good at time management, I'm going to encourage you to go back to my YouTube channel. It's actually on my website too. I did a time management segment. This is super important because this is really about your appointments holding is because you're sticking to a schedule. So if you're not on a schedule, I would say get on a schedule. So for instance, I have every Tuesday open. I have Thursdays 3 times. I have Saturday mornings twice. I might add a Sunday afternoon. You know, that's up to you. But if you take a month at a glance and square it off, then you're going to do your Mary Kay business, okay? And that's the part that is really key for it, okay? So let's talk about when you're out and about. And I'm just going to talk about booking in general tonight and then the words to say to get them. Okay. So let's just say you're out and about. I'm going to give you several examples to think about and how you can do this. But let's just say you're out and about. And out and about is you're out and about. Of course, you always have Mary Kay business cards. Always. Now, if you're one of these people that changes their purse every day, instead of putting them from one purse to the other, put a certain amount of cards in every single purse, okay? So some of you I know, like, I have to wear brown, I have to wear black, whatever the thing is, make sure that you have business cards and you have samples, okay, in them, all right? So when you're out and about, and these are people you casually find as you're out having a conversation with them. These are just random people getting their name and their phone number, for instance. So let's give you an example, okay? I'm at a restaurant and the waitress gave me incredible service. Okay. And at the end, I might say something like, thank you so much for your amazing service today. You know, I am looking for models to test and try our new skincare that launched this last year. I'm going to say that again. I am looking for models. Terminology has changed a little bit. So I'm looking for models. And you know what? Everyone wants to be a model. I am looking for models to test and try our new skincare that launched this last year because it did. It launched just this last year, right? So it launched this last year. And so that's a verbiage you can use. If you grab a couple of your girlfriends and we get together, the company, which is me, will give you $40 in free product. I am the company, okay? Or you could say, we're giving away, our company is giving away, we have a program or whatever that we're giving away. Now you can do whatever you want. I'm just giving you an example, okay? This is not a hold and fast. This is what Janice said, it's in glue or whatever, but this is just an example, all right? So you will get $40 in free product. I'm the company. Would you mind giving me your contact information? And I would love to have you be one of my models. I can call you tomorrow. And then you pause. Say, I can call you tomorrow and let you know what openings I have. Remember going back to that. I can call you tomorrow and let you know what openings I have. What time will be a good time for me to call you tomorrow so I can give you a quick call? And then she might say, oh, I work all day. I'm not home tomorrow at all. Okay, I'll shoot you a text and let you know what openings I have. Are days better for you? Let's say I met her and her name was Susan. Are days better for you, Susan, or your nights or weekends, which is great? And she says, weekends are really the best for me. I said, okay, I'll see what I have and I'll text you. Okay, so terminology, again, is really important. We're looking for models. I'd love to have you be one of my models. Put your name and phone number here. And then I always ask, are daytimes or nighttimes better for you? They're not weekends. Weekends is the only time you have. Okay, great. Thank you. I'll let you know what I have available. I'll let you know what I have available. Okay, so that is a key component to this, is letting them know what you have that's available. Okay, so I just want to say that it's really important when you meet people just to engage in conversation. It's not about just leaving your card at the waitress, you know, when you pay the bill or something like that and pray that she calls you. That's not really getting you a booking, okay? You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you are doing something where you're getting their name and their phone number. You guys ask for it. Oh my gosh, always, okay? Janine, I'm trying to keep up with it. Okay, so let's get some keywords back here. Are you ready? I'll do it again for you. Is that what you guys want? Okay, so these are the random people. You're out and about. Okay, so somebody might have helped you at a store. You can always go shopping. You know, I'm looking for a dress or something. Hi, may I help you? Well, I'm kind of looking for a pink dress. I just joined Mary Kay and I really want something fun and pink. So that would be a nice little slider. Okay, you could do that too. And maybe she's really helpful. By the way, this is recorded, so you can go back. But it's always engaging in that conversation with you, okay? So I am looking, oh my gosh, I'm looking for models. You'd be a great model to test and try our new skincare. If you grab a couple of girlfriends and we get together, the company will give you $40 in free product. What does that cost you guys? It costs you 20. Okay. Would you mind giving me your contact information? I would love to have you be a model for us. I can call you tomorrow and let you know what openings I have. What time will you be home tomorrow? So I can give you a quick call. And then she says, "Oh, I'm not home tomorrow at all, hardly. I work all day." Okay, I'll shoot you a text. Would that be good? When are the best days for you? Are days or nights or weekends best for you? Weekends? Okay, great. I'll see what I have open. So this is just terminology. Terminology has changed, by the way, a lot in the last few years. We have called them, in Mary Kay, we've called them parties. We've called them skincare classes. We have called them beauty experiences, and the list goes on. So today I believe that women like to be a model. So I'm out looking for models to test and try our skincare. So if you're out and about, let's give you another example, okay? You're out and about and you have a Mary Kay t-shirt on. And by the way, you guys, if you have not heard me, many of you know, brand yourself, brand yourself, brand yourself, brand yourself. If you are working a job and during the day and you go out to lunch, have a Mary Kay beauty coat, an apron, something to put over whatever. We have brand new beauty coats that just came out. Grab a beauty coat and put it on as you go out to lunch. Grab a tote. I can't remember. I was out with one of my directors when I was visiting her in Arizona, Jill, and we had our Mary Kay aprons on and stuff. And people were like, "Oh my gosh, are you in Mary Kay?" Great conversation piece. So please make sure that you brand yourself when you're out. So let's say you're out and about and you have a Mary Kay t-shirt on. And someone comes up to you and says, "Oh my gosh, you're Mary Kay. I lost my consultant. Do you have a business card?" Okay, that happens. How many of you have had that happen to you? Okay, you can wear your beanie. There we go. Context of the bookstore. Yeah, brand yourself, people. It's super important to brand yourself. Do you have a business card? Then here's what I say. Yes, I do. My name is Janice. What's your name? Laura. Hi, Laura. When was the last? See, this is what happens to a lot of us. I feel like they meet them. You give them their card. You say, "Okay, I'll give you a call." And you say, "Okay, great," and you walk away. It's not how you get a booking. So I said, "Yes, I do have a card. My name is Janice. What's your name?" "Laura." "Hi, Laura. When was the last time you had a complete makeover with skincare?" And she might say, and literally this happens all the time, "Oh my gosh, I have no idea. It was 19, they give you, it was 2005, or they remember something, okay? Wow, that is a long time. Well, right now, I'm actually looking for models to test and try our skincare. If you grab 2 girlfriends, you will get $40 in free product credit. Here's my card. And can you put your name and your contact information on the back of this? And I will text you an e-catalog so you can see all the great current products that we have. And when I get home, and now comes the follow-up, and I'll do this when I get home. So these are the ways that you get the contact information. We're going to go into booking the parties, but what I want you guys to do is brand yourself, be out and about, but ask the questions. When was the last time you tried it? I think sometimes we get so excited that we got somebody like, "Oh my gosh, I lost my consultant." "Well, you did? I have everything. What do you need?" You guys, really, it's like, yeah, when was the last time you had a complete makeover? 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, it's a long time. Well, right now we're currently looking for models to test and try our skincare. I'd love for you to be one of them. In fact, if you grab a couple of girlfriends, it's a program called U+2. I used to do U+2 my entire career. You and 2 girlfriends. It's so fun. And by the way, I do want to say today, you need to be very careful and not telling them a ton of stuff. You need refreshments, you need this, you need that. If people think it's a lot of work, they're not going to do it, okay? If it's fun today, that's a really good buzzword to use. It's fun. So, oh my gosh, grab 2 girlfriends. It's so much fun today, and you can test and try our skincare, and then you can get $40 in free product. Now, when I get home, remember, this is the gal that I met, okay? So let's talk about the follow-up, okay? So let's do the first one, the waitress, all right? U+2, that's a new program for all of you guys. I think sometimes when you say the word party, think about this. They think about refreshments, they have to buy stuff, they have to clear I mean, it's a lot sometimes. So it's in your head. If you just do it really easy and fast and fun, it's great. You can sell just as much to 3 people. Oh my gosh, I was in Europe, and Altia, who's going into DIQ, she had 2 women there. And those 2 women in an hour and a half both bought repair and other things. and the repair set over there is like 300 something. So she's selling 600. Okay. So you can do that with two or three people easily. So let's go back to the first person, which was the waitress. Remember, she gave me great service, blah, blah, blah. So here's the text you can send her. Now, I will tell you, I love voice text today. I really do, because I want people to hear my voice. Also, too, did you all know about a sticker? So you can make a sticker with a picture of yourself on it, and then you can put your picture to remind them what you look like when they saw you. Okay, so if you don't know how to do a sticker, I know these things that you have to think about today. Used to be when I was a kid, a sticker was a sticker. Now it's a, yeah, it's a phone sticker. I don't know what it is. It doesn't uncome. I mean, it doesn't undo. So anyway, so here's what you would do for the waitress. Okay, this is the waitress. Hi, Sally. It's Janice with Mary Kay. So great to meet you yesterday. You shared that weekends would be best for you, and I'm totally booked this weekend. Sometimes I will do that just because I want her to know that I'm busy and I'm not desperate. Okay. I am totally booked this weekend, but I have 2 openings next weekend. Now I might be fully open next weekend, but I will tell you, if you called if whoever is on here tonight, if you have a favorite nail person or hair person, let's say you have a hairdresser, and you call her up and say, hey, Susan, I need to get my hair done this week. And she says, Janice, I only have 1 opening. I might be able to move other person, but I only have 1 opening. Well, what's the other opening you could possibly have? Well, I could call her because she's been kind of wishy-washy, but I might be able to squeeze you in here. Well, if you could squeeze me in there, I'd rather take that appointment. If you're being squeezed into appointment, you're probably going to hold the appointment. Okay. So it's really important to think about the words that we are using. Okay. So I sent her a text again. And it went like this. Hi, Sally. It's Janice with Mary Kay. So great to meet you yesterday. You shared that weekends would be best for you. I am totally booked this weekend, but I do have 2 openings next weekend. Saturday morning at 9. That way you can start your day looking amazing. I can do Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock also. Let me know if either of these times work for you. Remember, you guys, this is your business, okay? All right. Then she sends me back and she says to me, so I can't wait for, and then I say to her, I can't wait for you to have all of the free products. She texts me back and says, neither of those times work for me, which will happen to you. And the reason I'm doing this is because this could happen. Neither of those times work for me, Janice. Can we do Sunday evening? So I don't answer back right away, might wait a little bit, or I could text her, say, let me look at my schedule again. I'll get back to you, or I'll circle back and I'll leave it for a few minutes. And I know this sounds really weird, but sometimes these things make a difference in holding your appointments. Okay. I text her back and I said, I could do 6 o'clock. I could possibly move somebody around, but I could probably do 6 o'clock. So she knows that I'm making an effort to move something around. It might have been dinner with my family. I don't have to give all the details, but I could do 6 o'clock. So then she says, okay, great. Okay. So then I texted her and said, I'm excited for you to have the $40 in free product. You just need to grab a couple of girlfriends to be 3 people. It's called a U+2 program. It's so fun. And then you put a bunch of emojis. And that's the other thing. When you guys are texting people, you need to put emojis. If you make this, some people send me these long texts. They're like this long, okay? Do not send a book. People will not read a book. Smiley faces, emojis, all those things are super important, okay? Yes, yeah, I like all the emojis. Thank you, Katie, for that one. I love that. It's so fun. Who do you think you might invite? And she says, my mother and my sister live nearby. I said, great. I will need to know everybody's skin types. Okay, so I'll go back here in a second. I'll create a text message that you can send out to everybody. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Okay, so remember, we're going to go back here to the busy waitress. Okay, so she was the fun waitress that I got her name and phone number, who said weekends are the best for you. Okay, Then we went back and forth. And she said, I cannot do the times that you said. I could only do Sunday evening. So I waited and I texted her back. And I said, I think I can do that. Let me see what I can move around. I'll circle back to you. Wait an hour, 45 minutes. And again, I know this might seem crazy, but if you're getting a hair appointment or a nail appointment and she says, let me see what I can do, Mary, to move something around for you. And she comes back to you with an hour and she says, okay, I moved something. I'm good to go. Okay. If that happens, then you're going to hold the appointment. And a lot of this is really psychology, you guys. It's just really learning how to deal with the people, okay? I texted her back and said, I could do 6 o'clock. And she says, okay. Then I texted her and I said, I'm excited for you to have the $40 in free product. You just need to grab a couple of girlfriends to be 3 people. It's a lot of emojis there. It's called a U+2. It's so fun, emojis, okay? Who do you think you might invite? And she says, my mother and my sister live nearby. And I said, great. I will need to know everybody's skin types. I'll create a text message that you can send out to everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And then I leave it, okay? So I'm going to probably leave it for maybe 24 hours. And then the next day, I'm going to follow up because I really want this party to hold. And again, this may seem like a little bit, but a lot of it is the wording. Hi, Sally. Hope you're having a great day. Here are the questions that I need from you and your 2 guests. Would you mind texting this information out and get back to me as soon as possible? Okay, now here are the 3 things that I do. You all can do what you want, okay? But these are just some ideas. And I want it because I want them to feel committed to coming, okay? And then I always say to the gal, Sally, don't forget, I need to make sure that there's 2 there besides you to get that free product, okay? So she's going to tell them that they need to be there, all right? All right, so here's the first thing I put in my text. Number 1, what is your skin type? Normal to dry, combination to oily, or super sensitive? Now, let's just talk about all that. Let me tell you the 3 questions first, then we'll talk about this. Because I need to know. And I think it also, by her texting this out, it helps the commitment level be more like, oh, she's kind of concerned about that. So number 1 question is, what is your skin type? Normal to dry, combination to oily, or super sensitive? Number 2, and this is my favorite question. If you could change anything about your skin, what would it be? And this helps me to know, like, oh my gosh, I have acne all over my face. Ding, 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 bring Clear Proof. Or, I have a lot of age spots and brown spots. And, so it gives me an idea of what to do. Okay, so that's super important also, too, that you guys can have that. Okay, so if you could change anything on your skin, what would it be? And the 3rd question, this is thanks to my director, Sue Damheiser, gave me this. What is your favorite color? And I know that sounds crazy, but she went and got headbands, a lot of headbands, all different colors, so that she brought their favorite color for their headband. I know that sounds like really crazy, but these little things like this make a difference, okay? And then again, this is going to be so fun. You're going to love it. I just need a table with good lighting, and I'll arrive about 20 minutes ahead of time. Now, here's the other thing. I always say I need a table with good lighting. How many of you walked into dark places? It's like, what happened? Oh, the light bulbs don't work. I only have one that you can screw in. Okay, well, that's helpful. So just let them know I need a table with good lighting. I'll arrive about 20 minutes ahead of time. Okay, and let me know the answers to these questions above as soon as you get them. Thank you, thank you. I can't wait to get to know you better. So again, it's from the busy waitress. She said weekends were only good for her. I texted her my times. They weren't good for her. I made her wait a little bit. We got in, and this is where we are at right now. Okay, so this is that. All right, now I'm going to go on to the other one. So use the word fun. If they think it's a lot of work, it won't work. Okay, and you always need a table with good lighting and things like that. Okay, how about the woman you met with your branded T-shirt on? Remember her? We talked about her. We met her. She was the gal we met, the branded T-shirt. Her name was Laura, who used Mary Kay a long time ago. Okay, now I would probably call her because I'm really curious to find out, or I would voice text, but I'd probably call her. Okay. Whether you do a call or a voice text, it would be, if you did a voice text, it'd be something like, Hi, Laura. It's Janice with Mary Kay. So great to meet you yesterday. I'd love to find out about the products that you're currently using for Mary Kay and also the ones that you love for Mary Kay. What time is a good time to call you today? That would be a voice text, okay? So that would be a voice text sample. It was great to meet you. I'd love to know what products you're currently using, or what products you absolutely loved. When is a good time to call you today? Okay, so I just leave it. Then I get a text back says, I'll be home after 5. So I said, great, I'll give you a call. Okay. And when I call Laura, it would be something like, hi, Laura, hope you had a great day. So what products are you currently using? And she might say something that is not existent anymore. I remember back in the day when we used to put water in our eyeshadow. I said, oh yeah, I used to do that too. I think it's important, you guys. Relationships is how parties hold, and they don't feel like you don't care about them. Caring about them is really building that relationship also too. So that's another thing too. So you find out, what are you currently using? When was the last time you actually had a Mary Kay makeover? You said it's been a long time. Like, how long? And she says to me on the phone, oh my gosh, probably 3 years. Sometimes people say in 2012. I mean, how do people remember these things? But anyway, so how long has it been? She says 3 years. Oh my gosh, that's a long time. Well, there's a certain program right now. It's called a U+2. And we're looking for women just like you as a model to test and try our products. And this way you get a couple of your girlfriends together because it's U+2, and you will receive $40 in product credit, and you can try all the new products, okay? Which will be super fun. It sounds like you need an evening appointment though with your schedule, with your work schedule. And I'm super busy right now. So, well, actually there's another option. And she says, excuse me, let me go back. And she says, well, I'm really super busy, Janice. I don't have time to get 2 girlfriends together whatsoever. I'm so busy. And you guys will get this too. I'm super busy. I can't do anything right now. I said, well, there's another option. Okay. On Wednesday night, once a month, there's a beauty event. There's a live virtual skincare class, and I'd love for you to jump on. Tell me about your skin type, and a little bit about your skin, and I'll drop you off the samples and give you the information so you can pop on the virtual event. It's in 2 weeks. So it's on Wednesday, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. And I want you to come on. Okay. I'll pop them in mail to you, or you can drop them off. And if you get a chance, go through our e-catalog and look at there's some things too. So if they are busy, you might think about doing that also too. Okay. So that's also very good. There are so many ways to connect today, but I think what I'm trying to share with you, it's going back and forth. It is your voice, being tight on your follow-up. It's working all those angles. So you must look at your schedule and make it like you're a doctor's or a dentist's office, a hairstylist, or you're getting your nails done. Everything is done by appointment. So you have to act very matter of fact and don't act desperate. That's the important thing. You want to have the booking, and when you're doing vendor events. Now, some of you guys are out doing vendor events and pop-up events. And there's lots of variations of this. I choose sometimes to do a spin the wheel. Some of you guys do spin the wheel. And let me just tell you how I do this. And everybody does it differently, so there's no right or wrong answer. I have most of the parts of the wheel set for $25, a couple 30, and maybe one at 50. And when they spin the wheel, instead of giving them a sample and probably maybe never seeing them again, I give them product credit and say, oh my gosh, when we get together with you and your 2 friends, you're going to get that product credit. So I would rather give them product credit at their events than to just give them a sample. So again, you guys can do what you want, vendor events and pop-up events, and your directors are really, really good at this. But it is the follow-up from this. So let's say Tracy spins the wheel and it lands on 30. Oh my gosh, Tracy, you get $30 in product credit at the U+2 beauty event. So what that is, grab 2 girlfriends. Do you have 2 girlfriends? You look like you have 2 girlfriends. You actually look like you have a lot of girlfriends. Grab 2 girlfriends and you get that $30 in free product event at your beauty experience, at your beauty event, at whatever you want to call it. Okay. I will, and then you write down their little registration $30 and say, and then as you're standing right there with her, I think sometimes we get in such a hurry. You say to her, when is the best time to reach out to you? Are you a morning person or an evening person? I work until 5 every night. Okay, so call you after 5. Yeah, I'll try and call you after 7, sometime tomorrow, the next day, and let you know how the program works, and we'll look for an appointment. I've got some openings. I'm a little busy right now, but I do have some openings where I can squeeze you in. Okay. So again, it's the openings to squeeze you in, all those kinds of things. So if you're doing a vendor, pop up, follow up with any of this is super important. Your follow-up is the most important thing. That's a good thing too, Teresa. Thank you for saying that. I do that all the time. I give away empty compacts, the little tiny compacts. So I think they're $10. I give those away and then get together with them. But this gives them product credit towards a skincare set or whatever they want also too. So I do it this way because I really want the appointment. Okay. So when they spin that wheel, they get that product credit at the beauty workshop. You can call them beauty experience. Again, it's U+2 over to do a makeover. I think today I would rather have you guys do a lot of U+2 to do a makeover event or a beauty workshop or whatever you want to spin the wheel and just, get together in small groups. I think it's super easy. It takes 1.5 hours to do one person or an hour and 15 minutes to one person and the same to do 3 people. It doesn't really take much more time, but it's really important to do that. Okay. So that's just a couple of ideas. They want their free products. So act excited when they spin the wheel. And so if Tracy just spun the wheel and she got the 30, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you, Tracy. You got $30 in product credit. Oh my gosh. I'm going to mark 30 here. And when is the best time to reach you to let you know the openings that we have for your U+2 beauty experience? And she'll tell you, write it. Now, here's the other thing I do on vendor events. I usually, when they walk by, I flip the paper over to the other side and I write down something that helps me to remember her. Was with husband and 9 children, or had 7 earrings in her ear, or something to help me to remember them by, or had crazy red hair. I don't know. But I think it's great because you can have that opportunity to do that. Put that on the registration form and put the amount that they have, and I'll be calling you in the next 24 hours to see when is a good time for you. And then you say, do you need an evening appointment or a weekend appointment or a day appointment? But have a conversation. Connecting with people will help your party hold, okay? And that will make a huge difference. And then you might say to her, when you see a number that has a 925 area code, just let you know that's not spam, it's me. Sometimes I will text and then call. Because a lot of times people today won't answer the phone if they don't know like the area code or doesn't pop up with your name on it or something like that. So I know how we get all the calls today. So tell her when you see that it's not from spam. Maybe I'll text you ahead of time, that kind of stuff too. So yes, but be excited, okay? Anytime you do that, of course, always hand out a sample to somebody who gives you their contact information. Anytime I get anybody's contact information, I hand them a sample. I was on my way to Germany and I got locked at DFW airport for a long time because my flight was delayed a long time. And I met this wonderful woman named Helen. And Helen is bilingual. She texted me tonight. She's going to come on tomorrow night and listen to hear more about Mary Kay. But of course, I had a sample in my stuff with me. And so I got her phone number. I put Helen DFW because I'm calling her Helen Airport, because I just need something to remind myself, like, where did I meet her? But these are some of the great things also too that will help you with that. But wherever you guys go, you need to be talking to people. But I don't hand out sample packets unless I get names and phone numbers. I just don't hand out stuff, you guys. We need to make this tight for yourself. Communication is super important. And not everybody's going to book with you. But if you guys are out and about and you're branded and you have cards and you have samples and you are intentional and you're not casual, like, hey, give me a call. I'm not really doing much. I'm just sitting at home. Yeah, that's no. And your follow-up text is there. Then you will have the bookings, asking for the names of the guests. Ask a little bit about them. So let's say I called Sally back. She said her mom and her sister is coming, and she gave me their information. Like, her mom said, my skin is normal to dry. and I have some dryness. I have some patchy dryness. So now you know that she's got some dry skin patches. So you could use the, now I'm blanking on the booster for that, HA Ceramide. So I might bring the booster for her to try. And so those things help, and maybe her color is yellow. So I'm gonna bring her a yellow headband, okay? But then I always say to the gal who I booked the party with, so I say to them, Sally, tell me a little bit about your mom and your sister. Because you know their skin. What do you think would help them the most? Oh, my sister needs so much help with eyeshadow. It's a mess. Okay. Okay, well, I won't tell her that. All these little conversations, you guys, make them not want to cancel because you've developed I don't want to say a deep relationship, a surface relationship, but enough content in the conversation that they want to continue. They want to see you. They don't want to cancel on. So I think sometimes we get afraid of having conversations. And please don't text everybody. Use your voice. Pick up the phone. You know, if they're not going to answer, they're not going to answer. But ask them about questions. Okay. So ask them what their hair color is. You know, you might say, what's your sister? Is your sister's skin fair? Your mom and your sister. Are you guys fair skin? Are they fair skin like you? No, they're really dark skin. Ask questions. It makes you feel like you're concerned about them and about their needs and keeping their date book full. So it's important. And my suggestion is if you only have 2 days a week, okay, book 2 appointments on each time. And if they hold, call your sister consultant or one of your team members, because you all are team members, call one of your team members to do the other one, okay? If anything falls through, then there's all that way, okay? There's 3 ways to get leads today. Out and about, out and about, out and about. Of course, you're branding yourself with Mary Kay t-shirt on. Number 2 is vendor events, pop-up events. Those are great ways to get leads. And number 3 would be family and friends and coworkers. And you're always in a contest and people that you know. Now, suggestion for in a couple of weeks when we're doing mothers and daughters, or if you're doing mothers and daughters, and one of the things that I've been doing with a lot of my people lately, and I don't know if they're all on here tonight, one of my amazing consultants in Sonora, she's a Girl Scout leader, and she did mothers and daughters. We did one also down in Waco, mothers and daughters. Let me tell you, mothers and daughters events are amazing today. The daughters will not let the mother cancel at all. Nope. Stella was a mom and she had her daughters came and they kept saying, Mom, what day is it? When is it? What time is it? They drove crazy. And so it's because they want to do that. Now in Sonora, they created a badge, a Girl Scout badge, a mother-daughter Girl Scout badge. So you could reach out to Girl Scouts of America. You could host on February 5th at a Girl Scout clubhouse and have all the mothers and daughters there. And you could just patch me in, get a tablet or phone and patch me in for the mother and daughter events. Those things hold. When you've got their kids involved, they always hold. So maybe you'll do some mother and daughter events, maybe call your local Girl Scouts of America. I don't know. And find out if there's Girl Scouts, but mothers and daughters events always hold. So also when you guys close the party at the end, here's another thing that I always do. At the end of a party, after I've gone over the different sets and all that stuff, I said there's 3 things that you can do tonight. Number 1, you can purchase the product because you've already shared them all the deals and everything. Number 1, okay, is to purchase the product. The second is to get free product by booking a beauty experience or beauty workshop, call them what you want, beauty workshop, beauty experience, and receive $40 in free product when you grab 2 girlfriends. It's called U+2. It's the same verbiage. Or the number 3 thing that you can do tonight is join us. I had a full-time job and was going to college full-time, and I really didn't have a lot of time, but I did 2 Mary Kay parties every single week. And you guys, today you have a virtual platform. You all should be packing your friends out on the virtual platform every single Wednesday. So 3 times a month. Oh my gosh, you should see what we're doing next month. There are so many things. Lance just confirmed with me tonight that he is, I saw it on here earlier. He sent me a message. I probably lost it already. But he says, Janice, let's do it. We're going to do sun and you. He's going to do skin cancer, sunscreen, sunbathing, all the kinds of stuff to do with sun damage, sunscreen, SPF, all that stuff. And it's on the 12th of February, and it's a guest event. And we're going to word everything really nicely on the flyer. So you guys think about, we create a virtual platform for you. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to text out a flyer that would say something like, hey, Nancy, I was thinking about you. Next Wednesday, you always talk about brows. Next Wednesday, we're doing a brow event virtually, and they're giving away Kate Spade. Would you like some free Kate Spade? That is how you get a booking. It's not like, what are you doing next week? Hey, there's a beauty thing. That's not how you do this, okay? So you guys, your director has the flyers, and you guys have them like weeks in advance, okay? And I'll be putting out this weekend all the ones for next month. But you have them in advance, and you text it out and say, I was thinking about you. This would be a great thing for you to jump on. I know that skin cancer, you've talked a lot about skin cancer, and it's a big, huge sun event, and our chemist will be on with us. So I thought this might be a really good educational. There's no cost. You don't need to have your face on. And you guys need to say that too, because sometimes they think they have to have their face on because you get lost in all this. We have 456 people on here right now. You don't have to have your face on, but come on. You guys should really have people work on to getting them on. Remind them, send them the picture. I was thinking of you, okay? And then prepare for that, okay? Also to the mother and daughter things. You guys can patch me in. Get the schedule. Every Wednesday, you should be jumping on my virtual event or hosting a virtual event like a beauty skincare class or a beauty event, something, and patch me in because they go in for all the drawings that way. Okay, so that's really important also too. And of course, on February the 5th, so that you can do this ahead of time, we're doing the mother-daughter event. So you start promoting that right now. Of course, next week is the smoky eye and looks like that. But that shouldn't be your only thing. There is no reason why you guys should not be selling $500 a week. If you're holding one live party and you've got people on virtual, there's no reason why you guys should not be doing a $700 order every single month to win all the prizes. I always tell people, if there's no delivery to your house for prizes, yeah, so you need to get booking. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing $500 a week. There's no reason why you can't, okay? And I want you guys to have an incredible business. So let's make this tight. To follow up your booking experience, your U+2. And by the way, you still have plenty of time this month. Like, you don't know my schedule. You don't know my schedule. Okay, you have plenty. On Monday, I came back Sunday night like super late. And Monday, I hosted the beauty event. I was a little tired. But we sold a lot. And it was Ashley's party at Tammy's house. And I think she sold like 400, You still have plenty of time. I'm talking all 452 of you. You all have plenty of time to host 2 parties, 2 U+2s this month, and place your $700 order. There is no reason why you don't have that opportunity to do that, okay? And I know I talk super slow, but we did record this. I think the most important thing is I want you to catch yourself on your words and your text messages. And is this casual or is it intentional? Are you saying to them, let me check my schedule. I'll let you know what openings I have. Let me see if I can squeeze you in. I move somebody around. And then you text out. I need to know the following things. If you guys have one great class a week with 3 people, you will sell 2 skincare sets. But don't book in casual. The more casual you are, the more cancellations you're going to have because it's not important, okay? And don't take it personally. Book more than you need to have. I mean, if you guys really want that extra $1,000 in income for your family, you need to have a schedule. This needs to be tight. This needs to be tight. Pick the days and times you want to do your Mary Kay. It's super important so that when you're sitting there, and you can adjust, but don't act desperate. It's super important that you don't act desperate, okay? I hope, Yummy, you're so good. I love you, Yummy. I hope you guys got something out of tonight and that you will get some bookings. I want you guys to get off here tonight. And I know it's like almost 9 now. But tomorrow, I want you to be on it. I do. I want you to be on it. And I want you to do that. I don't want you to have cancellations, Yeah, so you want to really, really be tight on these things. I was single self-supportive in Mary Kay. And if I was casual, I didn't eat. I didn't pay rent. So I just want you to know that that's the important thing, that you learn how to do these things. But you've got to be really tough on that. Pick up the phone. Okay, be out tomorrow. I want you guys to brand yourself. Okay, I have a contest for you. I want every one of you to brand yourself between now and the end of the month. Every day, go out, brand yourself, brand yourself. And if you don't have anything that brand yourself, go over to your director's house and say, "What do you have I can borrow?" So I'm going to give it to you. What can I have to borrow until I order my Mary Kay t-shirt? Even if it's a nightgown that says Mary Kay, just wear it to the grocery store. No, you don't want to do that. You'll get bad bookings or weird bookings. Don't do that. But you want to make sure that you brand yourself. Okay, baseball cap, beanie, whatever. Brand yourself, you guys. Be out there, and then be intentional. When you meet somebody, when's the last time? Have you tried our product before? Yes. Oh my gosh, so long ago. The other night, a lady came in. I tried Mary Kay 20 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here tonight. I can't wait to have you try it and give me your opinion. Did you know there's a woman out there? Every woman has an opinion. Yeah, they do. They really do. All right. I'm going to